Be ready. Start. The scenario in Maharashtra has been described by the Supreme Court as very disturbing, with former Police Commissioner Parambir Singh having no faith in his own force and the state government casting aspersions on the CBI. Stop. The premier investigating agency in turn has told the apex court that the Maharashtra government is creating stumbling blocks to impede the ongoing probe against the state's former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. Stop. The court, which had granted relief to Parambir in November last year by directing the state police not to arrest him in criminal cases lodged against him, has now refused to extend such protection to him. Stop. The chronology of events needs to be closely scrutinized. Stop. Parambir was removed as Mumbai Police Commissioner in March 2021 over alleged mishandling of the probe into the recovery of an explosives-laden SUV near industrialist Mukesh Ambani's house. Stop. Subsequently, he shot off a letter to Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray alleging that Deshmukh used to set extortion targets for police officers. Stop. Deshmukh quit his ministerial post in April shortly after the Bombay High Court ordered a CBI probe into the allegations of corruption levelled by Parambir. Stop. A key player in this sordid saga is encounter specialist Sachin Vaze, an accused in the SUV case and the subsequent murder of Thane businessman Mansukh Hiran. Stop. Vaze had been reinstated by the Maharashtra police in 2020, over a decade after the tainted assistant inspector submitted his resignation. Stop. The goings-on in Maharashtra have brought into sharp focus the politician-police criminal nexus. Stop. The Supreme Court is bang on about nobody being holier than thou in this whole scenario. When things go fine, everybody gets along. When things don't go fine, everybody is getting at each other. Stop. Even as the Shiv Sena NCP Congress government has repeatedly been at loggerheads with the BJP-ruled centre, political considerations should not be allowed to influence the investigation into the allegations against both Deshmukh and Parambir. Stop. At stake here is the credibility of the law enforcement and investigative agencies. Stop. The decision by Vodafone Idea to opt for the Department of Telecommunications rescue plan linked to equity sends out confusing signals. Stop. The mounting debt of nearly rupees 2 lakh crore may be a key factor behind the telecom operator offering 35.8% equity to the Government of India against the dues related to spectrum auction installments and adjusted gross revenue payments, but it is unclear as to what the centre hopes to achieve by hand-holding a stressed company, especially when its own track record with BSNL and MTNL has been far from encouraging. Stop. A better explanation is expected than the intent to avoid the negative cascading effect of a large-scale default. Stop. While the message through the heavy lifting could be to prevent the telecom sector from becoming a duopoly of Reliance Jio and Airtel Vodafone Idea would need to thrive and not merely survive. Stop. The brutal response by the markets notwithstanding, the general belief in the industry circles is that Vodafone Idea will now have more room to raise external funds and benefit from the cash flows to catch up with the competition. Stop.